Okay, I'm a bit late uploading this video. I've been sitting on this footage for probably the past 2 months or so, and I'm just now getting around to putting it together and uploading it. The video of the electrical installation. It's all done now. This panel is complete. I've got all the wiring run. Everything in here is done as far as wiring goes. The only thing left is in here in the bedroom. I've still got to put all the outlets in here in the bedroom, but the bedroom light and switches are done. In fact, the past 2 nights, I've been over here all night, last night and tonight. I've been working on the HVAC installation. Last night, I just finished the duct work. I've been working up in the attic. I ran the duct work. You can see the duct for the bedroom poking out through the ceiling there. I ran the duct work through the attic for the living room and bedroom. And then these two in here in the drop ceiling space for the kitchen and bathroom. So all I got left on the HVAC is to just box in that return down there, put the return air grill on, and run the condensate drain, and then charge the system up, and then the HVAC will be done. And it's been under vacuum. You can see I got my lines soldered up, filter dryer on the inside. I've already pulled it under vacuum, left my gauges on it overnight. It's been holding vacuum for over 24 hours, so it shouldn't be leaking. I know the compressor and fan motor and all that stuff is good, so it should work whenever I get it charged up. But this video is about the electrical, and this has been done for a while now. Well, today is electrical day. I got a 250-foot roll of 12-2 Romex here, and I got a bag of mostly junction boxes and a few other electrical supplies. And I finally have this fuse box permanently wired in. I used PVC conduit, 1 inch, ran to the outside disconnect with 4-gauge copper wire. I only use copper, I don't use aluminum. And I got it tied into this main fuse block here. I got me a 15 amp plug fuse there, connected to this temporary line, which was running through the bathroom window, but it is now hooked in here. It's still just temporary though. I'm fixing to start running some permanent circuits, fixing to put in the boxes for the kitchen light and bathroom light. And I did get ceiling fan rated boxes, even though I don't plan on putting a ceiling fan in. Well, I may put one in the kitchen, but I always use ceiling fan rated boxes in any room that's big enough for even a little bitty ceiling fan, because you never know when somebody's going to take down the light fixture and put in a ceiling fan. And yes, I have seen ceiling fans installed in bathrooms. So even in rooms that you wouldn't expect a ceiling fan to be put in, I still highly recommend using a ceiling fan rated box. And I've got the double gang box here that's going to go there by the back door, and then the single gang here. I'm going to have 3-way switches for the kitchen, one here and one over there, so that whichever way you're walking into this kitchen, you can flip a light switch and don't have to walk all the way across the dark kitchen to turn on a light switch. And then of course there'll be a, should have got a double gang box for this, but I don't think I did. Double gang box here for the bathroom light and exhaust fan. Well, I'm gonna shut this off now and get started. Okay, here's progress so far for tonight. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm fixing to go turn in for the night, but I got ceiling fan boxes put up. This double gang here is going to be going there, but before I do, I'm waiting to get the wire for the outside light pulled through, but I forgot to get the outside light and box for that, so that'll wait till I get my next check. You can see how I pulled the wires through the wall, cut a hole up there with an 1.5-inch hole saw, and shoved the wires on down. I did the same thing up there. Cut a hole, shoved the wires on down the wall. This wire here goes from the fuse box straight down the wall into here where it's going to connect into a GFI, and then the output of the GFI is going to connect to that light, which will then feed that light, which will then feed the vent fan. I need a double gang box here for the light switch and switch for the vent fan, which I don't have, so I got to get that. I also need a double gang box to put down there for the dryer outlet. I don't have that. I'm missing fucking everything. And I got the circuit put in for that's for the microwave. I'm going to have an over-the-range built-in microwave. That's for the refrigerator. This is for a receptacle that's going to be above the stove. The stove has a little counter space on it. In fact, the stove's in here, you can see it, but right next to the burners it's got the little counter space on it, so I'll have an outlet above there. Then there'll be an outlet over here somewhere when I get the furnace moved out of the way. There'll be an outlet there, and of course they're going to be GFIs. And then there's going to be down there for the dishwasher and garbage disposer. You can see I got 4 circuits in so far. This one is the living room lights, not living room lights, living room and bedroom receptacles. The living room and bedroom lights will be going on this circuit right now. They're on the temporary circuit, which is feeding off that kitchen countertop receptacle circuit for now. That's what this one is. This one is for the refrigerator and microwave circuit. This one is for the furnace and washing machine. There's the furnace outlet, comes out of there and then feeds over and runs in there to the washing machine outlet. I have plugged the little box fan here into these outlets and tested them, so they do work. So it's nice. Right now I finally have some electricity back here where I don't have to run an extension cord in either from outside or from the living room. I was going to go up in the attic and run the circuit for the living room and bedroom lights. I do have the ceiling fan box for in here in the bedroom. It's going to cut that hole, put that box in, but I don't have the boxes I need for the switches. I don't have the 3-way switches. That's another reason I didn't finish that junction box over there on that wall, is I need 2 3-way switches. I only have one, because there's one 3-way going in there, and then a 3-way will be over here to turn on this light. There's also going to be a light above the sink, and I forgot to get the box for that. I'm going to need the double gang for right there by the window. Don't have that, so I've pretty much kind of hit a wall with electrical for now. I got to get in here and do some cleaning and do some caulking. And as y'all saw, I also went ahead and put the bathroom vanity medicine cabinet up. So that's it for now for the electrical. I'll add on some more in the coming days when I start doing some more. Well, here we are, Memorial Day night, and I'm continuing the wiring. I just finished cutting in this double gang box that's going to hold the switch for the overhead bathroom light and the switch for the vent fan, which I got. And earlier today I went and got me another window unit to put back here in the bathroom to cool it down back here, because it gets really hot back here in the daytime. I got that plugged into the washing machine outlet. So great that I got that put in. Oh, what am I roughing in here? So this is the supply line. Yeah, that goes to the GFI. I did get a GFI to put in there. I don't have the light to put in there yet, so I'll just twist those together for now. And I did get the 3-ways for the kitchen, so I'm getting all this done. Oh my God, I just finished wiring in the bath fan, and this is the cheapest bath fan you can get at the Home Depot and Lowe's. It's one of those, let me see here, it's one of those Broan. I've also seen these under the NuTone brand, and it's only $15, but oh my God, this metal is so thin it can actually cut you. I actually don't know how well you're going to see it in this dark ass room, but I actually cut my middle finger on this edge here, and the wiring compartment in there is so cramped and so small you barely have enough room to wire. And this doesn't have the cross supports, it's just screwed on this one side, so it's got no support on this edge. It's real cheap. And these, they run for about 6 months and then start to sound like a coffee grinder or some shit. So if you can afford anything better than this, I highly recommend buying something better than this. Well, just like in the ceiling fan wiring video, my connections are still being made, soldered with a torch, and taped up in friction tape. Alright, so I got the bathroom rough end done. There's the vent fan, the temporary light, GFI, and switches. If I turn that vent fan on, should be able to hear that running. That's what it sounds like for now, but in 6 months it'll be grinding. So the bathroom rough end is all done. And I got everything I need to finish the kitchen rough end next. I got a countertop outlet going there. And then once I get that furnace moved out of the way, another hole there with a double gang box that's going to have the switches for the kitchen light and disposer. Well, the light over the sink and the disposer. I got to put an outlet box in down there with the socket for the dishwasher and disposer. And those, put that box in. The 3-way switches. I got to get the back porch light put in. That'll probably be all tomorrow though, because it's about midnight, Memorial Day night. And I think I'm going to call tonight here, come back tomorrow or tomorrow night, somewhere around there. Turn this bathroom light off. Now I have the ability to do that. Little by little, this shitty temporary line here is getting eliminated. Be able to cut it down up there and get the and I'll be coming back and running the circuit for the permanent circuit for the bedroom light, and I'll finally be able to take that temporary shit down. Y'all probably see that footage here shortly. Oh, and I do try to make my panel up nice and neat. not to toot my own horn, but I do like to try and do good wire cable management here. Kind of bothers me that won't stay down. And I'm all out of 20 amp fuses. I only had a 4-pack of them, so I got all those filled in, and maybe tomorrow I'll have the rest of this finished and this whole thing will be full. And then of course I got this one for the range. Don't have the fuses in it yet though. More of my soldering. Fixing to get wrapped up with friction tape. You can see I get that shit hot. That's how you get good fusion. There's my friction tape wrap up there. Travelers stuffed up inside the box. We've got our ground, switch leg, constant hot, and neutral. The constant hot is for a ceiling fan, so if I was to put a ceiling fan in here, the fan could be hot all the time, but I'm not putting a ceiling fan in here right now, so I've just got it capped off. And now I'll stuff this stuff back up in the box and put the little temporary socket hanging down. There's our temporary bulb socket. Okay, I'm up in the attic. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this late at night because this attic is unbearably hot in the daytime. And I've got my clamp light up here, plugged into an extension cord. Due to the location of the bedroom ceiling fan box, I have to use a pancake box because there's a stud right where it's going. And with a pancake box, I don't have enough room to wire everything I need to wire. So I'm using a junction box here, and I'll run this 14.3 Romex over to the pancake box. It'll have a constant hot wire for fan, and then a switch leg for light. And this is really hard to do with one hand, so I'm gonna have to cut the video off here and get to it. I mean, I haven't been getting a whole lot of video on this project because I've just been wanting to get it done. So chime in a bit. Well, there's my connections, soldered of course, wrapped up in friction tape. The box is grounded. You can't really see in there because of how tight it is in there, but it's also secured, mounted, not going anywhere. Now, put the cover plate on. And that's what it should look like when you're done. That is the proper way to splice Romex. Inside a secured mounted junction box. If the box is metal, you ground it. What we got going on here, we got 14.3 going to that 3-way switch on that wall. This one is the 14.3 that goes to the switch three-way switch on the other wall. I got power coming in from the fuse box here, power passing through to the living room ceiling fan, and then this is 14.3 that I'm fixing to stretch over to the ceiling fan box location. I'll drop it down and we'll be done up here, and just go down, mount the pancake box, and pull that wiring through, and this will be done. Well, and I got to make the connection in the fuse box too, but good old cigarette in the attic is a good way to celebrate the completion of a job. Just about done up here. I just dropped the 14.3 down where the pancake box is going. And for those wondering what the framing nailer is doing up here, that hole for the pancake box was not perfectly centered on that joist, so I had to nail a piece of 2x4 up to mount the box to. Okay, well, it just finished up down below here. Got the switches put in. I got the light fixture up there. It's just hanging by the wires because that's just a temporary light fixture. I'm going to be putting a ceiling fan in here once I get the ceiling redone. But now we no longer have that temporary line strung through here. I'll be cutting this down here shortly. The last thing to do is make this connection at the fuse box. There's the old temporary line down there on the floor. I got it cut off in here. That was a sweet ass moment cutting that down. And I'm just going to leave that little two-way light fixture abandoned up here. Now to make the permanent connection. Alright, we're all hooked up and working now. 3 ways. Made the final connection into the fuse box, brought it in right here. Went ahead and double tapped on the neutrals and ground, but that's okay. These types of lugs you can double tap. The lugs on the fuse sockets though you can't, because those are screw head terminals. Those can only take one wire under them at a time. So what you do is you pigtail away from the socket. You take your 2 wires, combine them into one. As you can see, I used my usual method of solder and friction tape, and that way you land 1 wire on the socket. So that permanent circuit is gone. Everything's wired in. The only 2 circuits left is this one here is going to be for outdoors. This one down here is going to be for the dishwasher and disposer. I got the box for that put in, but I got to run the wire down below the floor and up. It's amazing that 250-foot roll of Romex was only used back here in the kitchen and bathroom, and that took up almost the entire roll. All I have left to use it for is, like I said, the outdoor circuit and the kitchen and garbage disposer, the dishwasher and garbage disposer. I'm sorry, it's like 4 in the morning. I'm tired. So, almost all done here with this wiring. And GFIs do work. I have the GFI tester here. If I plug the GFI tester in here, it tells me the outlet is wired correctly, and if I push the test button on it, it trips the GFI, and the kitchen lights are on this GFI, so when it trips, it takes out the kitchen light. And there's that GFI there has the bathroom light and vent fan ahead of it. Well, both bathroom lights and the vent fan ahead of it. If I go around and test all of my receptacles, you can see the tester says the receptacle is working correctly. It tells me they're all wired correctly. Trip the GFI, reset it. Okay, cool. Don't know if I'm gonna tackle that garbage disposer circuit tonight or if I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night, because it's like almost 4 in the morning, I think. I've been doing this late at night because of the daytime heat. Like up there in the attic during the daytime, it is unbearable to be up there. You damn near die of heat stroke. But at 2 in the morning, which is when I was up there, you can chill up there. Alright, this panel is finally all wrapped up. I got all the 120 volt circuits done here. I tried to keep it as neat as I could here with the way I routed things. Got the range circuit here, a pair of 40 amp fuses in there, 100 amp knife blade fuses here, and then 8 plug fuses. We got one 15 amp circuit for the living room and bedroom. All the rest of these are 20s. We got 4 circuits for the kitchen, a circuit for outdoors, bathroom, refrigerator, and no, not refrigerator, furnace and washing machine. I'm just exhausted right now. It is hot today, but I can finally put the dead front on this panel. We got 2 sections here. We got the dead front that surrounds all the fuses, and then the front cover that has the door on it. Let's see, it goes in this way. Something is catching it and keeping it from going all the way down. Alright, I'll have to get back with y'all on that. Okay, there we go. Some jobs just can't be done with one hand, but that's all safed up now. No more exposed wiring. And then once I get the paneling up, I can put the front cover on.